Hello everybody. Today we are going to work on lesson 5.12 on simple interest. Please have your notebook, pencil, and calculator ready. At any point in time, feel free to pause the video to catch up on the notes or to try a problem before I solve it. So let's do a couple review problems really quick just to make sure we're in the swing of things. And we're going to start with our percent proportion with the 100. Alicia's parents give her $200 in allowance money each year. At the end of the year, Alicia saved 20% of her allowance money to buy a gift. How much allowance money did she have? So we have 200, we have 20%. Well, the 20% we know goes over 100. The 200 is what she got in allowance, so that is the whole thing. So we're going to find the easy way to solve this. We can multiply by 2. We could divide by 5. I like the multiplying by 2. It's a little bit easier. That gives us 40. So how much allowance did she save? She saved $40. So let's try a review problem number 2. Set it up with the percent proportion. Jen's grandmother gives her a weekly allowance. Her grandmother increased her weekly, we like that word, her weekly allowance by 10% from last year. If she was getting $15 per week last year, how much will she get paid per week this year? 10%, we know goes over 100. 15 was last year, so that's our original amount. That's going to go on the bottom. So again, we need to find an easy way. I'm going to divide by 10. So 15 divided by 10, I believe, gives me $1.50. But that's not our answer. Our answer is how much will she get paid this year? So last year it was 15. It's going up by $1.50. She's going to get $16.50. And that is our answer. So I want this put into your notes, please. Again, it's not going to look anything different. It's our percent proportion. Our principal investment is how much money you have in the account. Money in the account. We're talking about savings accounts and CDs, which are certificates of deposit. It's just a big fancy way of saying a savings account. So the principal is how much you have in the account. Then we have the interest amount, that's the money part of this, and we have the interest rate, which is the percent part of it. And we're just talking simple interest. There is something called compound interest. We are not going to worry about that. Sorry, let's try example number 1. We're going to set up our percent proportion. And we have to pay attention to what we have. Anna deposits $700 into a savings account at the beginning of the year. That's our principal. That's how much money she has in the account. The simple annual interest rate, and again, annual is a word that we need to know. It means for a year. The annual interest rate for the savings account is 5%. That's what's going to go over 100. So the question is, what will the balance be in Anna's account at the end of the year? Well, let's figure out how much interest she earns first. I'm going the easy way. 100 to 700 is multiplied by 7. So 5 times 7 is 35. Now, she's not just going to have that $35. She has the 700 that she started with plus the $35 in interest for a grand total of $735. Again, as usual, you're going to have to pay attention to what is being. So let's do example 2. Keisha's parents lend Keisha $200 so she can buy an iPod Nano. Again, I got to update some of this stuff, a little bit of technology that's outdated. They charge her 3% simple annual interest. So we know the 3% goes over the 100. They loaned her $200. That's like how much money they gave her, how much money she took out, how much money is in the account. That is what she started out with. The question is, what will be the total amount that Keisha will owe her parents in 1 year? So let's solve it the easy way. 100 to 200 is times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. Now, she's not just going to owe her parents the $6, but also the $200 that they loaned her. We're going to add those together. She's going to owe them a total of $206. Let's do it again. Example number 3, set up our percent proportion. You deposit $500 into a 6-month certificate of deposit. Again, that's a big fancy way. It's a special savings account. So we're just going to use it that. So $500 is our principal. But this is only a 6-month certificate deposit. And I'm going to come back to that in a little bit. After 6 months, the balance is $510. So if you started out with 500 and you got 510, that's $10. But that's in 6 months. So if you get $10 in 6 months, how much are you going to get in 12 months or 1 year? Well, multiply by 2, so 10 times 2 is 20. So our interest amount is $20. That is for the annual now. So we're going to go easy. 500 divided by 5 gives us 100. So 20 divided by 5 gives us 4. So our annual interest rate is 4%. Let's do one more. Set up our percent proportion. You put $800 into a certificate of deposit. That's our principal. That's how much is in the account. Your simple annual interest rate is 5%. That's what goes over 100. You receive a check for the interest at the end of each year. Well, let's start there. Let's not get to our question quite yet. Let's figure out how much we're going to get each year. 100 times 8 gives us 800. So 5 times 8, we're going to get $40 each year. But the question is, how long will it take to earn $200? Well, we're going to take that $200, we're going to divide it by 40, because that's how much we get each year, and that should give us 5. So it's going to take us 5 years to get $200. So your homework, you actually have 2 parts to your homework. The first is the simple interest quiz in Schoology. It's in Schoology, just you can take it as many times as you need to in order to get 100%. Then you have the 5.12 Homework 2020, which is also in Schoology. If you have any questions on either of these, please let me know. Good luck.